We dispute this case in the public and public comes to know that you are facing the certain charges of drug trafficking, money laundering and supporting to terrorism, right? So they might look at you with a third eye and your reputation will be on stake.
Well,
Correct?
yeah, that would not be good. I don't want the third eye on me. I didn't do any terrorism. I didn't do anything.
Right.
I didn't launder any money.
Right.
I don't know, what was all the charges? Money laundering. I better write this down.
Trafficking and supporting to terrorism.
Oh, right.
So you cannot
hang on, I can't write that fast. Drug trafficking.
money laundering,
Money laundering.
supporting to terrorism. Okay. So you see, you cannot afford to put your reputation on stake for just a little while of this misunderstanding, correct? So what do you want our department to do? Do you want us to go ahead and dispute this case in the public where we have to inform to your local news agencies and everyone about this case, or you want us to keep it confidential just between you and our department?
You just said it was a misunderstanding. Are you gonna, is that what's gonna go out in the news? Is that there was a misunderstanding about all this?
Well, ma'am, right now it will be, if you decide to ask for our department to dispute this case, then no, it will be not considered as a misunderstanding. It will be considered as, yes, you are the real culprit that we were looking for, right? But if you will just consider this as a misunderstanding, it's something like, we know that this is a misunderstanding, right? You know, and our department know this is a misunderstanding, but the public doesn't, correct? So
Correct.
that's what I was talking about. Just because of this understanding, will you allow your reputation to be on stake having these charges of drug trafficking and money laundering? That's what I was talking about.
No, I didn't do anything. My reputation shouldn't be affected at all.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not the one.
All right.
The one. I'm not the one.
So that's the reason, ma'am. What do you want of us? What do you want of a department to do? Do you want to go ahead? Do you want us to go ahead
I
and
want you to write down that I'm not the one.
The one. I'm not the one.
I didn't do anything. I'm not the one.
The one. I'm not the one.
Ma'am, want us to keep this case confidential, or you want us to go ahead and dispute this case? You're not even listening to me and you're just interrupting me again and again in between.
Confidential.
Good. Don't interrupt me. Just let me finish my sentence and then talk, okay? So you should understand what I was saying exactly.
I did.
You're a good person, but why you are like this? Like, you have a total...
I don't understand.
I know you are.
You're really upsetting me here. You're telling me I'm gonna get arrested. I've got all these charges against me. I didn't do anything. And Gary Watson said all I had to do was tell you that I wasn't the one. And I'm not the one.
The one. I'm not the one.
Okay. Okay, you are not the one. I'm believing you, okay? So if you are not going to cooperate, the courthouse will believe that you are the one. But as long as you are cooperating and following my instructions and will you do as I say, the department will not believe that you are the one, okay?
Okay.
So you just have to cooperate with me. You have to bear yourself with me here and you have to cooperate and follow the instructions that I have to give you, ma'am. All right?
I have to obey myself? I don't understand.
No. You just have to bear with me, ma'am.
Okay.
Why you are... Okay, I'm sorry. All right, so you'd like to...
You're laughing at me. This is no laughing matter. You didn't like easy peasy. I don't appreciate you laughing at me.
Okay, I was not laughing at you. I was laughing at your words. Okay, I was laughing at the... Okay, how can I explain you, man? Okay, ma'am, let's do one thing. I'm just going to hang up the line and start the legal actions, okay? You can hire a good criminal lawyer. I don't think you need my cooperation. I really don't seem... It doesn't seem like you need my cooperation.
What did I do wrong? I'm trying to cooperate with you. What are you... Why are you
just arguing? You like you're just, you know...
I didn't argue. I'm
Okay,
not trying
calm
to
yourself
argue.
down. Okay.
She's crying, sir.
Crying is not the solution.
There's no crying in baseball. There's no crying in baseball. No crying.
Let me tell you that very first of all. Crying is not the solution. It will put a negative effect on this recording because this recording is going to be placed inside the courthouse as a recorded evidence to prove that you are an innocent person or not. If you will cooperate and follow my instruction and do not argue and just obey all the rules that it needs to be given to you, it will be stating that you are a good and a genuine person and you had no intention to do anything wrong, okay?
Oh,
All right. So right now, do you want us
Okay.
to go ahead and keep this confidential, correct?
confidential.
Okay. So as we are keeping this case confidential for you, ma'am, we will be expecting the same thing from you to not to talk about this case in front of anyone, okay? Like you are not supposed to discuss this case with anyone, not with your family member, not with your friend, not with anyone. Because right now we don't know who the real culprit is. It could be anyone, okay? The real culprit could be anyone and he might be watching you right now and he is capable of doing lots of things by having a lots of power. Like he's capable of doing a lots of bad things as far as I can say, as far as I've experienced, okay?
What
So
does
make
that
sure
mean?
you should. It may be that your life must be on the stake because if he finds out that you are being investigated by the Department of Social Security, then yes, it will be a trouble for you, ma'am. So do not talk about this case in front of anyone, okay?
Now my life is in danger?
Just for your safety purpose, just for your family's safety purpose, ma'am. Come on, why are you overreacting?
They're on to me.
Just as long as you are cooperating, you do not have to be worried. I've just said that same thing a couple of times, ma'am, and still you are overreacting. As long as you are cooperating and following the instructions, nobody is going to touch you. Nobody is going to do nothing for you, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so you want to safeguard your assets and everything step by step, right? So the first thing you will have to do is to go ahead and withdraw the cash that you have in your account. All right, ma'am? How far is your bank from your home? Can you tell me?
The actual bank is pretty far.
Okay, will you be able to withdraw this $4,000 out of your bank account from the ATM?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I've never tried. I don't know if there's a limit or not. I can try.
Okay, and as I've told you that you will have to convert your money into those government certified gift cards. So do you have a Target store nearby, ma'am?
Yeah. What do you
Okay, how
mean
far from
government
your-
certified what?
Government certified gift cards.
What
you will
is
have
that?
to transfer your money into gift cards, ma'am. Gift cards. You've used gift cards before?
Well, for like restaurants and coffee,
Have you used the
Starbucks,
Target
and
gift card before? Have you
Yeah.
used the Target gift card before? You've used that Target store gift card, right?
right. But
Okay, that's the one you will have to get from the Target. Now, I'd
It's
like you to
for-
verify
it's
me
for
your residing
making-
address, please.
purchases at Target only.
I
I
know,
don't
but these are the
understand.
different things. You will have to transfer your money from these bank accounts to that Target regular gift card, okay? And you have to keep them safe with you until you don't get your temporary social security number, okay? And meanwhile, your money will be on that Target gift card. After getting your new social security number, you can transfer the money from that gift card to your bank account very easily, ma'am, okay? Now,
But
can you tell me what's your current
can't-
residing address?
You're not allowed to redeem them for cash. Gift cards are only for purchases
sorry?
at that business.
No,
They're
ma'am,
not
it's
going to
not
let
like
me
that.
turn it into cash.
Every gift card has a different procedure. Not every gift card is the same, okay? And you do not have to make them cash. You will have to transfer them into your bank account.
That's
Or
a
you
cash
can transfer them into
transaction.
your PayPal account. or you can transfer them into your PayPal account, and there will be no any problem will comes up to do that. Or if there will be any, we will issue a cashier's check on your name for that amount.
I can't pay my bills with my PayPal account.
Ma'am, why you are interrupting me? I told you not to do that, but still you are doing?
Well,
you know what? Let's just, I'm just going to hang up the line and I'm going to start the legal proceedings, okay? Okay, ma'am? If that's what you want.
That's not what I said. Is there someone else there I could talk to? You seem awfully upset,
no,
and I don't think I can deal with you.
Ma'am, I'm trying my best to help you, but it seems like that you don't know how to follow the instructions very well.
I know how to follow instructions, but I also know how to ask questions.
You know how to ask questions, but not in between while someone is reading sentences to you, while someone is talking to you. You can't cut
paused.
them off.
I didn't cut you off. You paused. You asked me a question, and I asked you a question.
Arey, bhosdi ki.
Excuse me?
My God. Okay, let me just calm down, okay? Let me just take one little deep breath. Let me have a glass of water. Okay, let's try again. All right. What questions do you have? Just give me your questions first.
You just burped in my...
Step by step.
You just burped at me.
Sorry?
You just took a drink and then burped. Aren't you supposed to say, excuse me?
No, I didn't burp. I took a deep breath. I didn't did that. It wasn't me. It may be something, or I would have said, excuse me. I would have said that. I know my manners. My God. Okay, let me just calm down, okay? Let me just take one little deep breath. Let me have a glass of water. Okay, let's try again.
Okay.
Okay, Wilma, let's start over. All right, so if you have any questions, go ahead. Let me just clear all the questions first. What questions do you have, ma'am?
My understanding is that once you purchase a gift card, it's only good to then use at that business. It's not redeemable for cash in any way.
Okay.
So why do you want me to buy something that I can't get my cash back out of? I don't need products from Target. I need my cash.
Okay. You will get a cash, and if you won't be able to get it, it will be our department's responsibility to give you a cashier's check so you can cash it on your name. If you can't get it out of that gift cards, we'll take care of it.
What do you mean if?
But the right
I'm very uncomfortable with if.
I am very sure that it would be redeemable into the cash, ma'am, because I have done this procedure before too. I've been doing this procedure since from last 5 years. And you are, since from last 10 minutes I'm talking to you and you are, like trying to make me understand that it's not possible, but I'm saying it is possible because I've been doing this procedure since from last 5 years. So I know that it is possible because, ma'am, it depends. Like every person has a different story. It's like every gift card has a different procedure. Okay? And that's my guarantee to you. You will be able to cash them.
That has not been my experience in the past because I needed cash once and I tried to get cash from a gift card and it did not work out. It was the Target card.
Okay, so you're not comfortable with the Target. We have a different option. This is a Best Buy. How far is the Best Buy store from you?
Best Buy. It's the same policies. What are you talking about? You cannot redeem gift cards for cash.
Ma'am, that's the only thing you have to do. Do you want to do this or not? Just clear me your intention. You want to do this or not?
How about I just take my money out of the account and keep it? Will that work?
Okay. It will be considered that you are already a criminal and you have made that money out of that drug trafficking and money laundering, because if you wouldn't have money, if you have a money which is white for what you have worked hard for, you would have safeguarded with our department. And if you are keeping it with you, that means that's your drug money, that's your money laundering's money that you made it out of, and that's the only reason that you are not safeguarding them with our department. It will be considered as that into the courthouse. So would you like to use that?
That doesn't make sense.
It makes sense, of course, not to you, but to the courthouse peoples.
Who are these courthouse peoples?
That's not what you have to know about. If you are
well, I think I do.
Legally,
this is my money. And I have receipts and check stubs to show I earned it legally. All my money is accounted for. I have no extra. Hello?
Ma'am, let's do one thing. I'm going to connect your line. I don't want to talk to you anymore, because if I'll talk to you, I will simply hang up the line and I'll start the legal procedures, because you are done. Because for me, you are dumb enough, okay? So I'm connecting
dumb?
line to I see.
You call me
I'm
dumb?
connecting this line.
First,
I called you that. Yes, you heard me right, ma'am, okay? And if you want to be offended by that from me, that's okay, and I really don't care about, okay? But if you want to
what
do
is your bitch ID number?
I'm going to do that.
What is your ID number?
SSA 300897. That's my badge ID. Just do whatever you want.
Okay.
Okay? Now, I'm not going to talk to you anymore, and I really don't want to, because seriously, you are not good enough for me. I'm going to connect your line to my senior, to the directly courthouse people with the Attorney General, okay? And he's going to brief you further.
Thank you for your patience. This is Officer Ronald here, the senior officer with the department.
Hello?
How are you doing today, miss?
Not great.
What happened?
Mr. Jordan McKenzie was abusive to me. He was very rude. First he laughed at me. He belched in my ear without excusing himself and then denied it. He yelled at me multiple times. And I don't feel that that is appropriate. I haven't done anything wrong. I've been trying to cooperate all this time.
Alrighty, miss, I apologize for the inconvenience. At this point of time, we are going through a lot through this file of yours. The Social Security Administration and the DEA department is combined to work on this Social Security number that has been compromised over the internet, or maybe somewhere that you have given your ID without any concerns. Now, the reason why people are talking to you, or any officer talks to you like this, is because you are at the moment to be the suspect on what activities are happening. Now, we do
the first officer I spoke with, Gary Watson, said all I needed to do was say that I am not the one.
The one.
The one.
The one.
The one.
The one.
I'm not the one.
And I said that.
Miss, that's perfectly fine, but you need to understand the officer that you spoke to was from the Social Security Administration. He's not an officer, but an agent. And then you got converted, you got diverted. The call was diverted here to the DEA department. That's the Drug Enforcement Agency. We officers are going through your file. We know that there are a lot of illegal activities happening under your name.
All right, so who are you?
My name is Ronald K. Martin.
Ronald K. Martin. And you're with what department?
First of all, there's a correction. It's K as in Kilo, Kennedy. Not J. It's K.
K. Okay.
Alrighty, go ahead. You're saying something?
What department are you with?
I'm with the Social Security Administration in the DEA. That's the Drug Enforcement Agency.
I'm confused. What does one have to do with the other? Aren't they two separate agencies?
It's the same agency, same, you can call it a same administration, but a different department in the administration. Like you have the police, at the same time we have sheriffs and we have U.S. Marshals. So they all are same, but they are different departments under the law. So I'm a
Right,
law
but
enforcement officer.
they all answer individually. They don't say this is police. They say this is marshal, this is sheriff, this is highway patrol. They identify individually.
Correct. So that's what I identified myself as, Ronald K. Martin, and senior officer
SSA or
with the Department of
DEA? Okay.
It's the DEA. I told you, from the DEA, and senior investigator with the law
Senior
enforcement
investigator.
department.
All right. Do you have a bitch ID number?
Sure, I do. It's 774
Mm-hmm.
7101.
Okay.
Alrighty, now, Wilma, I want you to understand this, that there is a case of identity theft which is to be claimed under you. For now, you are the vector, not the victim. Victim would only be then when we reclose this case to the federal courthouse and give them a statement that you are not the one who's doing it. But for now, your socials
I'm a
are being
victor?
used. And for the moment. Because right now, your socials have been used for illegal or criminal activities. It's for drug trafficking, money laundering, and we also can call it assisting terrorism. Because there's a lot of amount which has been transferred from our country to other international overseas.
Right,
overseas
from
countries. Now, we
Washington,
talk about
D.C., but not Texas.
Yes. Let me tell you, you're talking about Washington, D.C. There are departments which have been working. Now, have you been to El Paso in Texas?
Yes.
You've been to El Paso?
Yeah.
Now, that is the south border of Texas. Alrighty? Now, on the south border of Texas, we have also found illegal smuggle being done with an abusive drug called cocaine.
That's
Now,
not what
these are the
Mr.
two
Watson
places.
said. He said everything was done in Washington, D.C. I'm confused.
Miss Nutt, that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not only one crime. There are crimes all over the states which weren't the one which Mr. Watson told you was in Washington, D.C. The other one that I am telling you is right now in Texas. Alrighty, and that's in El Paso, the city of El Paso. At the same
in El
time,
Paso?
there was another in El Paso itself, miss. At the same time, there is another detail which has been given to us, that is money laundering done from Kentucky. So you understand your socials have been drawn out with it.
Oh,
Correct.
this is
Your
getting
social-
foul.
Your socials are being used by several imposters.
Several? Jordan said there was just one.
Miss, the imposter can be one traveling from one state to the other, or there are several who are. Now, we don't know exactly who it is.
It seems to me there's a lot you guys don't know. You don't even have the same information. You keep giving me
What
different
information
information.
What information do you require, miss?
Accurate information.
So if I give you an accurate information, the accurate information here is that your socials have been compromised. There are imposters who are using your socials. Now, we don't know if it's one person or 10, because if we would know, we would arrest them and not talk to you. We would have directly arrest them and would not speak to you about it at all. But right now, we do not know who the imposters are. We are talking to you so we can get some detail or a clue towards the imposters. So at least we can block your socials, give you a new social security number, and track the old number and get hold of the imposters. You understand what I'm trying to say now?
Right, I understand, but what I meant was that the information between officers doesn't seem very coherent. Cohesive, wrong
Yes,
word. Cohesive.
Okay, let me tell you this. Information between the officers is not appropriate is because we are giving you all the files at one time. at which you would be confused. The main matter that you need to understand, as being the senior authority here, I have the rights to give you the main matter, wherein which the matter is that you don't have to get deep into it until and unless you see paperwork. You will see a list of criminal activities which have been happening under your name. So if I give you all this information at one time, you would obviously be confused and you would blame us wrong. And we are on a recorded line, so we cannot lie to you about it.
Wow, this is not easy peasy.
Miss, obviously it's not. This is a case of identity theft. At the same time, 2 other allegations pressed on that same ID. So if you think this is easy, let me tell you that it's not.
Nope, this is a big mess.
It is, and that's what we are trying to clear the mess for you, miss.
Well, just make a note that says I'm not the one.
The one.
I'm not the one.
I'm going to take my money out of the account. That way, any activities is not mine.
We certainly understand what you're trying to say, but there are procedures that you need to follow, a process which would be given to you. Can you live without a social security number in this country? Just answer me in yes or no.
Not that I'm aware of.
Not at all. You would be counted as a terrorist. So my point here is that we can ask you to simply that we are blocking your socials and leave you out in wonders. Okay? But I'm not here to do that. We are
Wow,
public servants and we are trying
that's
to give
kind
you...
of cold, don't you think, of the government to do that to me right now, especially?
That's what...
I mean, we have
That's
got
what I'm
all
not
these
doing.
programs being set up to help people through this difficult time, but yet you're threatening to destroy my life.
I didn't threaten. If you give me a chance to speak completely without interrupting, miss, you would hear what my entire statement is. I said I'm not the one who's just going to pull the identity and leave you out in wonders. I am going to give you a new identity based on your old ID. So you say that if you want to go ahead and withdraw your funds, keep it safe with you and block your ID, that's not going to help at all.
Why not?
Because we want you as a citizen, and you are a liable citizen for records with us. We have a social security ending with 7447, which belongs to you, miss. So you were held responsible for this. But at the same time, we do understand it's not you because we know you live in Texas, but we know there are criminal activities happening when you are available in Texas, but activities are happening in Washington, D.C. So obviously it's not you. So we understand this fact that it's not you. You don't need to tell me to make notes out of it because I know it's not you.
Good.
But at the same time, the federal courthouse requires these evidence to be proven in the courthouse. Now, when we say exhibits, they have to be given or submitted in the federal courthouse. So if you're willing to go ahead and work with the government, which you say that you are willing to, so I want you to just cooperate, hear me out, whatever I have to say, and then go ahead, follow the procedures, and you will be setting free. You will be set free from whatever charges are against you, and you would get your social security number back again under your whip.
Okay.
Okay? Now, Wilma, you've been received the social security somewhere between 1989 to 1992, correct? This was issued to you in the state of Texas.
Yeah, something like that. Sounds right.
I want you to be accurate about it.
I think it was, like 89.
At least help me with the state.
I think my
where it
parents
was
applied.
issued.
It was in Texas.
In Texas, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Can you help me with your date of birth? Because as I have on file, the date of birth is 7/4/1989. Is that correct?
Yes.
Your last name is spelled as F as in Foxtrot, I as in India, N as in November, G as in Golf, A as in Alpha, D as in Delta, U as in Uniform, E as in Echo. Is that correct?
Correct.
Do you have a middle initial, miss?
It's F.
S as in Sierra or F as in Foxtrot?
Fox.
Alrighty. Now, Wilma, as I see the details here, in the past you've never lost your wallet, never ever given your social security to any third party. You have never dealt with any other bank except TD in the past, correct? Am I right on this?
No. See, your
I'm not?
records aren't even correct. No. I explained
That's what I'm
to
trying to tell you,
Mr.
Miss.
Watson all about losing my wallet. I mean, he wrote down all these notes about it. Did he not update the file?
That's what I'm trying to tell you, miss. I am going to verify you. Let me do my job. Just answer in yes or no.
No.
I'm not correct, right?
Correct.
So you have lost your
No.
wallet. You have compromised your ID. Now in the past, as I see, miss, we have details about your identification first to be used in Washington, D.C., is what Watson said. Now, Mr. Watson was right at that point because the identity was stolen in Washington, D.C.
And I ran out of time with FireRTC. Have no fear, the Wilma Fingadue file is far from closed. Be sure to tune in to part 3 and hear Ronald K. say,
If he has abused you and that is recorded, he will be penalized for it.